Welcome to The Point of Order, a podcast that facilitates and encourages citizen involvement in Parkersburg, West Virginia's local government.
Visit us online at ThePoO.net. That's ThePoO, P-O-O.net.
Or email us at thepointoforder@gmail.com and visit us on Facebook.
We are your show hosts. I am Kim Coram.
And I'm John Wiseman.
The world suffers a lot, not because of violence of bad people, but because of the silence of good people. Napoleon Bonaparte. Good people, speak up.
I am with Aaron Parsons, and he is running for City Council District 7. And Aaron, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
I'm Aaron Parsons, running for District 7 on City Council.
Okay. I always like to start out by asking everybody why you decided to run for office.
Well, I got really big into politics in the last election, and it just seemed like when you start paying more attention to what's happening locally, it seems like there needs to be a little more of a change going. And I just think it's great to see how many candidates actually came in and how many people is leaving the city council this time. And it seems like everyone's trying to take an active role in it this time.
Yeah, I am impressed and excited at the number of people that are stepping up and the quality of the people. So I think it's
definitely.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a pivotal election for our community and change things tremendously.
Yes.
Better. I'm really excited and appreciate you putting your name in the hat.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So we had our town hall meeting, and citizens came up and asked questions, and I have taken those questions, and that's the basis of our interview. So we'll go ahead and get started.
All right, that works.
All right, the very first question is, should chocolate be the official ice cream flavor of Parkersburg?
I think it's a choice of whatever you like, but if that's the stuff that the people want, that's the one they get. That's the flavor of the town.
And, it was surprising that wasn't the most popular flavor, but we threw that in there just to kind of wake people up and have them relax. But.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question that we had after that one was in regards to green infrastructure and being a cleaner economy. We have buildings and we have an auto fleet in the city. Would you be willing to improve the buildings and to change the fleets to be more energy efficient? And if so, can you explain?
Are you meaning like the police cruisers and stuff like that? Is that what when you say fleet?
Yeah, just any automobile we have in our fleet, ranging from the police cars to the parking enforcement people to the vehicles that run around maintaining city parks or any of our vehicles. That's our auto fleet, and then our buildings. Would you be willing to support a more efficient fleet and more green buildings and a greener auto fleet?
I definitely would support that, but in a perfect world, but it seems like that would be a very costly move to go. Maybe over a long period of time we can start moving that direction slowly, but I couldn't see it happening in the near future anytime soon. But it does seem like a better way to go. Set an example for every other city.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be nice to set an example for sure. All right, great. And one of the citizens asked, when there are capital investment dollars being spent in the city, they can go up to millions and millions of dollars. And he had asked if you would support any capital investment over a certain dollar amount, instead of being decided on by council, would you support sending that to the citizens for a vote? For example, if you wanted to spend a couple $1 million to build a civic center, is that something that you think should go to the citizens to vote on, or do you think council should make that decision?
Oh, definitely. It's the people's money, so they're the ones who need to make the decision. I understand that, like, small amounts, obviously, city council can control that. People are trusting them to make the correct decision anyhow. But when it comes to a big dollar amount, it's the people's money, and that's how they should want it spent.
All right, great. And there was another question, and actually in the Cannon area, they have a Citizens Academy where citizens and candidates can go and learn how the government works, become more educated, and it actually creates a bigger pool of candidates because they're more educated. Would you support the funding and creation of a Citizens Academy by the city?
I would definitely want to support that. I mean, like, I really regret missing your class on the charter and everything. I wish I could have made it to that. But like I said, I could even learn from a class. I mean, anyone could pick up and learn. And just slowly, when I've started learning new things, is what made me get more involved. I think if there's classes offered, maybe out of the college or even in the high schools, like after school, for like the younger community to get involved, it'd be great to actually find a way to get that to work. And if we just need to put a little bit of a budget into that, if it's not costly, I think that'd be a great plan to do.
Yeah, I never thought about the high school. That would be fabulous. And I am going to give that class again, so I can put you down with somebody interested in it. It was.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
It was a great class. We saw light. I mean, one person, you just saw the light bulb click on. It was, and I mean, her face just, it was great. She got it. It was wonderful.
I'm sure it's eye-opening for a lot. They don't know how the town's really run. That'd be great, a way to teach them how it's done.
Yeah, the class is based on actually starting your own city in the state of West Virginia, so we go through the laws and the process. And what it really does is drive home the fact that the citizens get together and create their city and their laws, and then they put elected representatives in there to follow their guidance. And it was eye-opening to see that, there are times, right now that our elected officials are not following the guidance the citizens created for them. And once they realize the ownership of that guidance in our Constitution, it was amazing to watch that reaction. So,
definitely. Like, you see it all the way up to the federal level that it's like we're not getting what we want done. And it'd be great to actually have them run what the people want, how they want it, and we should represent the people, not vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. There was a question regarding homeless youth and funding housing. The lady said since 2009 there's been over 1,000 homeless youth reported through the school system, which I found staggering. We have students going to school that have no homes.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't even have a clue of that number.
Yeah, and I know they have an event. I think they have it at the baseball field at the city park where they sleep out one night to drive that home. But would you support, she wanted to know if the city would support funding to help homeless youth.
That would be another one you'd have to, that's a perfect example of what the people would want. Like, that should go up for a vote if the people feel that's where our money should be directed towards, to help the youth find homes and beds at night. And that's what they should get. It shouldn't be just a select 10 people to vote on that.
All right, great. Another question had to do with downtown and parking. There's a discussion and a difference in philosophy. Some people believe if you take paid parking off the street that you'll generate more business, and others believe that you need the metered parking to keep the turnover on the street. The gentleman asked, would you do away with metered parking in downtown to generate business?
I would definitely not do away with it. I mean, that generates money for the city. Plus, when I put my name into the hat to run, I believe 3 people now told me about taking away the meters on First Street. Everyone's told me about that. And it seems like they for the bike path, I believe, and it's like that caused the 3 people, that was the first thing they told me about, like how they lost parking, how it's harder to find parking down at the middle of downtown and everything. So I mean, like, if we can get a parking lot and everything, yeah, that'd be good, but I don't see how that could really generate business downtown just because it's a quarter to pay there for an hour.
Yeah, I want to speak to that parking thing. There are empty and available parking monthly rental lots downtown, and I was one of the people that wrote the grant for this flower pots, and that connected us to a multi-million-dollar retail bicycle path.
Did it really?
It put us on the map. As a matter of fact, there's a sojourn coming in this summer from the National Rail Trail Conservancy. The average income, they said about 40% of the people on that trip, average income's over $200,000, and it brings them into Parkersburg. They spend the night. They ride their bikes from here to wherever the sojourn takes them. And other people on these sojourns, they make an average of $40 million a year in retail sales on one section of the trail. It's a huge economic engine. And I understand people don't understand that.
Yes, I didn't know those numbers.
Clarify that when people talk about taking the parking meters off of 2nd Street, that was to connect us to a multi-million-dollar pathway.
Yeah, which it looks great, everything, and that's what it's just the concerns people came to me with. That's what, and like I said, I didn't know the numbers like you gave me, which I mean, like I said, they probably don't know the numbers either. That's what they don't understand the revenue that brings in.
Yeah, and that's part of being in office is that you make decisions and you support things, and people don't get the full story sometimes. That's one reason we started the podcast, was to have a more in-depth explanation. But
definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Another question was on decriminalizing marijuana, and basically what the person asked was, would City Council support making it a civil penalty and not a criminal penalty for marijuana, where you get cited and fined, but there's no criminal charges?
I think I wouldn't support that. I think it needs to be a criminal charge. It's not really. I don't even see it's us. We're not really the lawmakers in town either, so I don't feel that's something we have even the right to vote on or anything like that. But it just seems like it would be a slippery slope to start that. And if we want the town to rise up instead of go down, we already have enough drug issues in the town that we need to address anyhow. I don't think we need to add something more to it.
All right. The next question was on medical marijuana. Would you support the decriminalization? Well, it wasn't even decriminalizing, but would you support legalizing marijuana for medical purposes?
Knowing some people that moved to Colorado for that purpose, it doesn't seem like it's strict enough. Like they're able to get it without even having a real illness. If it was a strict like terminal illness, was able to, like cancer patients and stuff like that, definitely without a doubt. I mean, it helps appetite and pain relief and whatnot, and it'd be great for that. It just need to be monitored in really a strict way of doing so.
Okay, great. Another question was regarding a needle exchange, and the woman said that other communities have a needle exchange where people can bring in their needles and trade them in for clean needles, and that helps stop the spread of disease like AIDS. She asked if the city would be willing to fund a needle exchange.
I had no clue we even had something like that. Actually, it does. I don't like the idea of exchange. I mean, I guess you do have to get cleaner needles, and it does help cut down on drugs and that. But I hate to think what the idea of why if it's a big program, if there's a lot going on, a lot of needles being exchanged. I didn't have any clue we even had a program like that.
Yeah, apparently we don't.
We don't.
I know this. We do not. Yeah, she was asking if the city would fund that, but other cities have it. We do.
Well, I mean, I can see it does seem like it is a good idea, but it's just sort of shocking to have that in the town, really. But
yeah, it really is. But I know in my district, in District 4, we walk down the street and see hypodermic needles on the street and the sidewalks and grass where the kids play.
Yeah, people actually take pictures and post on Facebook, and you see that kind of stuff, and that's terrible for this town. We don't need that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's staggering. Mother Marjorie from Good Shepherd Episcopal Church and myself will do trash cleanups and have to tell people when we organize them to watch out for the needles. And they get sharps containers to put the needles in. That's how
definitely. That's
much
awesome
is out
you guys do
there.
that.
Yeah, it's scary when you have to give your litter picker uppers needle containers to the.
Yeah, really. That's the world we live in.
Okay. Another question was, we have received quite a bit more income from the 1% sales tax than was projected. And if that income continues to rise, would you be in favor of reduction of the user fee?
Without a doubt. If it keeps rising, without a doubt. I've never heard a good thing from the working class in Parkersburg from the user fee. I can't remember what the number was on how much overhead we had. I can't remember if it was your guys' group that posted it or not, but it was like shocking how much more money we raised this year compared to last year. And yeah, I'd say we don't need to take more money away from the people that's already having a harder time to get by as, let alone, regardless if it's $250 a week, that's still $250 out of a working person's pocket.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, that don't live at that level, like live on minimum wage, don't realize how much $2.50 is.
Like I have 18 employees, and that's to them. That's what is that now? That's a gallon and a half of gas to them. I mean, that's what they need that money.
Yeah. I think some of us have lost touch with what $2.50 can mean to
Yes,
somebody. And
definitely.
there's a story in my district where a gentleman couldn't afford $1 to go to the air pump to blow up his bicycle tire to run an errand he needed to run, and this bike was his mode of transportation.
That's terrible. And we're at the point now where we're paying for air. So, I mean, they need every penny they can make.
Right. Well, luckily, the bus garage, when they built, put in an air station for bicycles, so he didn't know about it. Somebody told him about it, but it was a startling story to me that somebody didn't have $1 for air. And it was startling to me that they would even need to, like you said, to pay for it.
Yes.
One of the questions had to do with reevaluating laws for dilapidated buildings, and that's always a big topic. There's so many laws that impact how quickly we can move to tear down a home, especially if we don't own it. But would you be willing to reevaluate the laws for dilapidated buildings?
Definitely. I think to clean up the town, I'd love to look into it more to know what the laws are already, but also I'd support it 100% to take down some of the buildings that's dilapidating, taking a toll on the city's appearance and everything else on that.
Great. Yeah, they're all over the place in my district, especially. So.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You drive down the street and you see a house that's been burnt halfway, and it would be great to have city funding to tear that down if it's in the budget. That'd be great.
Yeah, we actually do have quite a bit we're putting back for that, so hopefully we'll see a big change. But there's so many that need torn down. We just need to take, if we do have extra money, we need to take it and clean this town up and get rid of those.
Oh, yes, because I can imagine what use they're doing to anyone.
Oh, yeah, there's a house right around the corner from me. I can see it from here pretty much, where they have taken the boards off the windows and they crawl in, and you can see where they're squatting in the basement. And one neighbor found out.
Yeah. That goes back to finding homes for the youth, too. I couldn't imagine them going in a house that could fall in at any time just to have a night's sleep.
Oh, yeah. And they carry their sewage down the street, and somebody saw them dumping it down the drain in the street. That's how they found out they were living there. I mean, it's people that don't live around these areas don't realize what's going on here.
Yes, I agree, yeah.
Okay, another question had to do with sexual orientation and gender identity issues, and she's asked if we would support a resolution that would protect the employment and a public accommodation to make everything fair and equal regardless of your gender identity or your sexual orientation.
That's sort of a yes or no question. I mean, to me, I've never hired or not hired someone based on any of that. Their personal life's their personal life, and based on like same sex or anything like that, I would never. I couldn't imagine. I'm sure there are some people in town that won't look at that, and they won't hire based on that. But like, it just seems like I feel like there's discrimination laws already for that, but I would support the fact that they do deserve a fair, equal chance to get a job just like anyone else.
Yeah, this would be to say that the city has to have fair and equal hiring practices regarding that. So.
Yeah, which I'd support it. It just seems like we're getting to that point that everybody's getting that kind of stuff. The equality bill. I believe you announced the LGBT equality.
Yeah, I'm working on that actually. I'm supposed to get a version of it today so that I can introduce it, and I think it's pretty much in line with what the other cities in West Virginia have introduced, just to say that we're non-discriminatory against anybody, really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, because that's what I couldn't imagine not hiring somebody because whatever they do in their free time,
right.
However their lifestyle is, that's just, we don't need to be that way.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, and one person asked if we would support community composting. Now, you work in a place that produces food. Would you support municipal composting, something that the city would, just like trash pickup, you could do compost where you could take your compost or have it picked up and people could go get compost?
It seems like it would help out quite a bit. It'd be, I mean, if there's something that wouldn't be costly to the people or more for like trashmen to take care of or however we enforce it, it seems like it'd be something to look into in the future. I wouldn't see how it would really work out great now, but we have leftover food all the time, and we normally either, if we're able to, we'll donate to the churches and whatnot. But it'd be great if we can't donate it, we have a compost that someone can use that, so we don't waste anything at all.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I think you might donate to. Do you donate to the church down here in my neighborhood?
Which one is that?
Good Shepherd.
I believe we do. We always there's quite a few churches. I know the Friendship Kitchen North puts on. We donate every time they put on a meal. There's quite a few that we donate in the area.
Yeah, because they have a sign that says donuts today or no donuts today, and I think they said they get them from you. Well, thanks for doing that.
Oh, definitely, yes. Whatever we can do to help.
Okay, and then a teenager got up, and that's in high school, and he asked if the candidates would support reestablishing the Mayor's Youth Advisory Panel, where the high school provides support and guidance to the city from, a high school perspective. And also a gentleman came up and asked if they would also support the college as being involved in internships for the city.
Oh, I definitely would. That sounds like a great idea. Like I just said, I didn't get into politics till like the last election. If I could have had something to look into in high school that was more in getting involved, it's just great to get the youth involved now so they stay interested and they want to make a change early instead of wait till it's too late when they don't feel like running or feel like doing anything in the. But yes, I think it'd be great to have that, get them more involved in any kind of thing in the city.
Yeah, the one thing we hear more than anything is that I can't make a difference, and that's so wrong. And
oh yeah,
I mean, just like you're getting involved now. So I think if they were involved at a younger age, they realize they are the difference.
Oh, yes, yeah. The youth is what we were building towards. Like, they're the future, not.
Absolutely. Okay, and then one citizen asked if you would support free bus passes for college students.
I do think a discounted rate maybe, or if there's something they can add into their tuition to like where they can actually get a bus pass based on their grants and loans and whatnot. I mean, anything to help them out and get by. But I mean, I worked 40 hours a week when I was in college, and I paid for everything I could. And I mean, but like going back to even the user fee, taking away that $250, taking away, I don't personally know how much the the cost is to ride it, but even the $250 a week from the user fee would go. I mean, anything to help them get by, to just give them the helping hand to get through college.
Great. Okay. And then the last question, and I have to be fair, it's a question I asked. There was a news report about Charleston in a committee meeting at the Capitol in which a chair of a meeting prohibited the public from documenting the meeting, either taking pictures or recording it. Would you ever ban citizens documenting any public meeting?
It's really the thing that's going on with cops and stuff like that, where they're videotaping the bad stuff and they're not showing the good stuff. Like, if like I could see someone coming in there trying to stir a council person up or the mayor up, and just videotaping that part just to slander their name a little bit. Like, but it's the freedom of where they can actually do so. I wouldn't take it away, but I can see where it's an issue.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have anything you want to wrap up and add or share with people that will hear this interview?
And the one thing that I'm trying to dig on my campaign is just to show that I have no interest in like the making the salary that the council gets or anything like that. What I want to do is like donate half of my first year's salary to like a park in the area, just to show that I'm going to give to the community. We're trying to make a change, not doing this for myself or anything.
Okay. Well, that's great to hear. It's $6,000 a year before taxes and everything, and $3,000. And that would be a great donation to a park.
Which actually in my district, I don't think anybody knows of Johnson T. Jane Park, and it's something like no one even knows that's over there behind like Superior Toyota area, and they have no clue that it's there. And like it's just great to get some parks up and going, and make this more family oriented in the town, places to go do stuff. And
yeah, my partner and I are actually in charge of that park as far as the trail systems we developed, designed, and maintained.
Yes, it's a great park, but like I can't believe even some of the people that live over in that area have no clue it's there. And it's just something to maybe put some money into it to bring it up and make people start using them more often.
Yeah, I think it's just advertising more than anything. The trails, there's one gentleman that volunteers in there, and he keeps the trails in great shape. But there's about 4 miles of trails in there for biking, hiking, and cross-country skiing.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, they're great trails. I didn't know that you helped get that together. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was actually the trail man. I actually am the trail manager, and that's something when I leave, somebody's going to have to pick up. But every trail in there was done by volunteers at no cost to the city. I actually got a $5,000 grant in here, and Subaru brought in the International Mountain Bike Association trail team and taught us all how to build trail engineering.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Seems like
So
that. That's what I want to give to, something like that to help out in the area. That'd be
wonderful. Great. Yeah, even having signage to the park to tell people that it's there from.
That's what, And then just donate to that, get some kind of advertising, get people to start using that more often. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's definitely a jewel in town, that's for sure.
Yes.
Well, Aaron, I thank you very much for your time and answering these questions, and we will get the interview posted and let people know it's there. But really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and everything with the citizens.
That sounds great. Thank you for the opportunity.
You bet. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Until next time, you can find us online at ThePoO.net. You can find us on Facebook. You can email us at thepointoforder@gmail.com. And you can find us on Instagram at thepointoforder. Most music courtesy of bensound.com.